Hey everyone, welcome back to this time my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making basil iced tea with a bunch of the basil that I harvested the other day. It's super easy to do, and when you have an abundant crop of basil, this is one of the ways you can utilize it. And if you're not into drinking hot teas, this actually is a really refreshing way to drink all of the health benefits that basil has to offer. So let me show you how easy it is, and I'll also show you a couple other ways I use basil too. So the other day I harvested a ton of basil, ranging from Thai basil, which I'm going to dry some of this as well in the oven. And then I have holy basil under here. This is what this is. And then I did harvest some regular just green sweet basil, but it's the variety is like a downy resistant basil. We deal with downy mildew down here in Florida. So that is the variety that I harvested the other day. Oh, and pineapple basil, which I don't remember which one is pineapple basil. I think it's down here on the bottom. Oh no, the pineapple basil is this. Sorry. I'm drying it here. So this is just discolored a little bit from the fridge. It doesn't do anything to the flavor. I'm not selling this or, giving it to anyone. This is just going to be for me. So it's just discolored a little bit from the refrigerator because it's been in there like a day. Making the tea out of the Thai basil and the holy basil today. So this literally could not be more simple of a process. I literally have a tea kettle and I have it filled with water. I'm going to be making a pretty large container of basil, and this will make like a concentrate. So it's very strong if you do it this way and you don't water it down at the end. So I recommend, it's just super easy, like to not do it any other way. Just put all of your leaves and flowers in here, boil with water. Once it starts to steam, shut it off, let it steep, and then you'll have a concentrate that you can, add as much water to make it as weak or strong as you like. So let me see. Here I have, this is a Thai basil I harvested the other day. I literally washed this, and I'm going to throw all of this right in there. So there's health benefits in the stems and the leaves and flavor in the flowers as well. So you kind of just break it up a little bit, release those essential oils, and you throw it right into the pot. I don't measure anything. I kind of just know what I like as far as flavor goes, and this is can be tailored to your flavor. And there's so many different basils that give off different flavor profiles. Some are more sweet, some are more licorice tasting, some are a little bit more zingy. There's so many different things that you can change up with this type of tea. Sometimes I'll do holy basil by itself or regular basil by itself. And I mean, there's just nothing, you can't go wrong with any of this. My thing with making sure that this is really clean, because if you do it this way and you put all the stems in there, you don't want any little surprises. So I'm going to do more on the holy basil side because I have more of that. And I harvested this the other day, and any of the flower stalks that were predominantly dried, I did cut those off. Like this really woody stem, I'll get rid of that. I cut those off and I just scatter them around to let them seed. But any of the flower stalks that were not dry, like this here, I leave them right on there. They have flavor in them, and I mean, I really enjoy that. But you can do what you want, really. So I'm just going to pack this full of the basil, and whatever I have left, I'll dry it so it doesn't go bad. Because you can make this as an iced tea with dried basil as well. This is just a really simple way to utilize the basil that you have growing and use it fresh. Let me I'm going to take one more sprig of the Thai basil and throw it in there. Find the lid. Oh, here's the lid. Hold on. Alright, so, well, I guess I can show you real quick. So this is what the basil will look like in your tea kettle. Nothing to that. Just make it as strong or as lean as you want. Play around with the flavors and the strengths. This is all tailored to you. And then just throw your lid on there. Oh, hold on. Let me clear off the oven. So I'm going to put this in the oven after I get something else out of it. No juice. Please don't fall. I tend to make a mess. Okay. So I'm going to throw this on the kettle. And then that's it. So we're going to let this come to a boil and steam, and then we're going to turn it off and let it steep for a little bit. While I wait for that to come to a boil, I just wanted to show you what I do with some of the other basil that I harvest. So this is the Thai basil. It does lose its color a little bit depending on the way you dry it. This one I actually dried in the oven. This is just regular basil, and I try to use whatever glass jars I have available, and I reuse them. Like I said, this is a organic rosemary container, and if I dry some more rosemary, I'll probably switch this out and put it in what it should be. But yeah, I utilize glass jars as whenever possible, or I will save like these empty big spice jugs from my husband. Does a lot of barbecuing, so we'll use those. So that's plastic that doesn't go in the landfill. Another thing is you can just make something really simple like this, a piece of string, and these are little hooks, and I dry herbs here. These will stay there for a little bit. I just tie them up with a tiny little rubber band and then hang them there. I also hang stuff up there. I try to do generally just flowers up there now because sometimes little cobwebs will come, and I don't want to eat any cobwebs, so we'll save that for flowers. But yeah, so I do preserve them that way. You can get hanging baskets on Amazon to hang herbs. I just haven't bought one yet, and I don't really know where I'd put it. I guess probably in the garage. But yeah, so I just think that's cute, and I like the way it looks on my counter. Another good way to utilize your fresh basil is to make pesto. So I've gone through about 3 or 4 batches of this size jar pesto this year, and I'm probably going to make more because, like I said, I like to utilize the basil when I can as fresh whenever possible. But a little tip is, because pine nuts are so expensive, get yourself some cashews or almonds, whatever you prefer, and make it with that, and it's a lot more cost effective. I mean, by all means, use pine nuts if you can afford it, but I find that it's really tasty. It's just garlic, pine or cashews or almonds, the fresh basil, and some olive oil, and some really good Parmesan cheese. So that's another way to use your basil. Also, I mentioned drying the herbs in the oven. So you can do that as low as your oven will go, and it just speeds up the process. You'll lose some of the color that way, but I don't find that it makes that big of a difference. And if you have a lot to process, I find that it's fine. So I'm leaving the stems and flowers on this basil, and I'm mainly going to be using this for probably tea, or if we have like pho at night, like, or for dinner, I'll put that because it's traditionally made with the Thai basil. So I like to add traditional herbs whenever possible. Also, a little trick: if you say you don't want to use your oven and it's a really hot day outside, I've actually dried basil on a sheet pan just like this and put it in the dash of my truck, and it will just zap the moisture right out of it. Now, obviously, you probably lose some flavor and quality that way. I don't know the scientific research on it, but it does work. And I've done it, and it tastes great. Or say you live a lifestyle where you try to use as little electricity as possible, you can definitely use the sun in a hot car to dry your herbs. So just a little FYI. All right, so our tea has been steeping for quite a while, and I'm just going to put a strainer in up here. Oh no, oh shit. Oh god. All right, ultimately you will make sure that the spout on this is closed, or you'll be like me and be dumb. So hold on. Okay, take two. Pour the rest of it in here. I'm just gonna let that get in there. So like I said, this makes a pretty strong tea, and I don't typically like to drink it this strong. So what I'm gonna do is top it off like halfway with water, and then I will serve it over ice with some fresh honey. All right, so here it is, my basil iced tea, my refreshing, nutritious summer drink. I've been making it for over a year now, and it's definitely one of my favorites. And I've even gotten my dad to drink it too, and he really likes it. So I definitely recommend this one if you're looking for a way to utilize an excess amount of basil from your garden. Like I said, it can be made with any type of basil that you'd like. They all have a little bit different flavor profiles, so just find one that you like and try it out for yourself. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to eat what you grow. All right, this is it. What is my pinky doing? That I showed to, oh my god, there's a fly on my forehead. What is happening?